Esquire
Johnny Nuriel.
and together we are
Izohnny.
Izohnny, partners in life.
And on stage.
We are here to lend our voices to the Black Lives Matter movement. We are here to uplift and to shout from the rafters to anyone that is having a harder time hearing it from anyone else. We want them to hopefully be able to receive it and hear it clearly from us. Please know and please take to heart the importance of screaming this statement that Black Lives Matter. And understand that the two is implied, that it's always saying Black Lives Matter too, that other lives are often regarded in a much different way than lives of people that look like me. And we are uplifting this, and that the focus being on this right now does not take any love or any focus away from the importance of other people's lives. And that should be clear. And if it's not clear, do some more soul searching, do some more research until that becomes very, very clear to you that Black Lives Matter doesn't take anything away from your existence. It can only add to the security and the love and the support surrounding someone else's life. So, again, Black Lives Matter. And we have a unique situation of being able to navigate this world in a biracial queer coupling, and that challenges us to have to look at how we communicate and understand that we have different biases because we have different lived experiences. I cannot be racist against him, but I can be biased against him, and so that we both have to do our part to try to understand where the other one is coming from, and to hear each other and to stand in our truth in hopes that that brings us closer together. And for all of my white allies that are having a harder time sometimes figuring out how to support, there's many different ways that you can do so. Try your best to not put that emotional labor on people of color, on Black people. Please do your best to find out that research on your own. And ask if people are in a position to give you some information, and then you take that and research that further on your own.
Absolutely. As a white man, and in a interracial marriage, I see the world very differently now, in ways that I was not aware of, and I'm able to acknowledge that my privilege was not knowing those things and not seeing those things. And it's just important that we just accept that there are things that you don't understand, and to just be quiet and to listen to Black people tell their stories. And if you are wondering how to be more supportive, the best things to do right now is to listen and to let Black people drive the narrative, and to not be an ally because it's expected of you, and to not be an ally because it helps you save face, but really figure out why you're doing it and let your heart drive those actions first and foremost, and just listen.
It is not my job as a Black person, as a person of color, to spend my entire life trying to convince you that I am not a threat and that my life matters. It should not be my job. It should not be my responsibility. But it is but so far, and how this world has been set up, it is currently my responsibility. It is the responsibility of the generation to come, of the children that I've spent my life teaching and mentoring, and my grandparents. This is something that we have all carried, this weight, and then there's time for that to finally be able to be put down. Please look into your hearts to love people the way that you would like to be loved. Understand that we are more alike than we are different, and the ways that we are different are beautiful and lead to beautiful art and understanding and music, and this fusion. There's so much that comes from us being able to look and celebrate the ways that we are different, because we are still equal. different but equal. Really spend some time working through that that concept, because that is a truth. Black Lives Matter. That shouldn't sting or burn you in the wrong way. That should be a truth that you already know to the core of your being. And if it's not, do some more soul searching. Understand that us saying Black Lives Matter, the two is implied. And that if you're centered in yourself, you're centered in yourself and your spirit, but not centering yourself in the movement, you would understand that. So I challenge you to do some more work. Black Lives Matter. Protect trans lives. Protect Indigenous lives, Native lives. All these people are crucial for our world to keep moving around. The support is universal, and you can support more than one of these demographics. That also should be implied. And if it's not, again, I challenge you to do the work. Let it sting. Take the hit of someone telling you that you're not doing everything perfect and that you can do better, and then do better. We have been showing up, myself and my husband, we have been showing up for multiple days of protests and rallies to lend our voices to hopefully to incite change, have another body there. Everybody counts, because everybody counts. And we will continue to show up in the ways that we can. We will navigate all of our anxiety and our depression and our frustration. We will navigate all of it to get out of our own way so that we can be there for a cause that is so much bigger than us. We ask that you do the same. My life matters. The people in my life know and feel that my life matters. I breathe positivity into the world. I'm loving, I'm kind, I'm gentle. More important than I'm just here. I'm just me. I'm just a living, breathing thing. And I hope that you would feel that my life mattered. That's my hope. My hope is that you would come to my defense just as much as you would come to the defense of a little puppy or a kitten or some other living, breathing thing that you have a protective energy surrounding, and acknowledge that you don't feel the same way about people that look like me. Process that and then show up for us. Don't tokenize us. Producers, business owners, brands, stop trying to exploit us if you don't really care about us. And the ones that do, when you do care about us, but you're just doing it the wrong way, or you're not doing enough, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay for you to sit in that discomfort. It's okay to sit in that. You will survive. And then after that, lick your wounds and show up for us tenfold, because we have shown up for you. I love you. So, in all of this, the people that are standing up that don't look like me, all of our white allies, I ask you to do the work on your own as best you can. That may not always be easy. It may not always be comfortable. It shouldn't be. It won't be. but it is still your job to do if you want to breathe positivity and light into this world. You have to honor all of the darkness and the blood and the genocide that is connected to your skin tone and to your bloodline. This will not always be easy. And if you're being silent, you've been silent all this time, don't want you to beat yourself up about it too much. I want you to sit with it for a moment of you're speaking up now. Why were you silent for so long? Sit with that. Don't beat yourself up to the point that you can't get up. But let it sting. Let it sting. Sit in that uncomfortable feeling. Process that. And do better. Show up so that other generations that my nieces and nephews don't have to worry about what I have to worry about.
So this song, I know this song really speaks to you, and every time I hear the lyrics, I always think of them about you and about so many others. Just a hope that this shall be what life looks like after all of this, right? So, yes, here we go.
And yes.
Yeah, say it. No, say it.
So in short, this life has not always been easy. In fact, it rarely has been easy. But there's been so much beauty in my life and many other lives of people that I've known that have walked a similar path to what I have and endured similar things to what I have endured. And the fact is that I had to grow up at a very young age. That's what you have to do when you are coming up in trauma, whatever that trauma may be for you. And so you age faster. And so I can show you a photo, a photo of me at 8 years old and how aged I look because of all of what I was processing during that time in my life, and that I actually look younger as I get older. And the acknowledgement that because of the hardships and what you go through, it ages you. It ages your body and your spirit. Within ages your appearance and your soul and in your heart. And so this song speaks to me because it is a reminder of the greatest gift that I've ever wanted to give somebody, and the best prayer that I've ever wanted to surround someone in is that no matter what you go through, when my brothers and my sisters, my blood brothers and sisters and my nephews and my nieces, that they never lose their youth, because that is a blessing. So I'm going to stop and try to get together.
So close your eyes and think of someone that you love so much, and just imagine this as a prayer for them and their life. May God bless and keep you always. May your wishes all come true. May you always do for others as others do for you. May you build a ladder to the stars and climb on every rung, and may you stay forever young. May your hands always be busy, may your feet always be swift. May you build a strong foundation when the winds of change shift. May your heart joyful. May your song always be sung, and may you stay forever young, and may you stay forever young.
That song will probably get me every single time. It's the Bob Dylan song that's sung in the style of Leslie Odom Jr. He sang it at the Obama send-off on BET. And we just sat and cried. We just sat and cried.
Better times.
Yeah, of seeing the beauty and the regalness and the elegance of the Obama family and everything that they stood for, and knowing that what we were going to be leaning into. And again, all those lyrics from anyone who's ever been through anything and survived trauma, abuse, oppression. Guard your heart, find joy, and find things to keep you young and feeling invigorated, and your spirit high, because that's what will keep you here in the long run. And we will get to a place of not just surviving, but you have to get to a place where you are thriving, and you only win if you're able to still smile at the end of it. Don't let them win. Don't let them win. And I ask you to vote. And any vote against hate is a vote in the right direction. And it's unfortunate when you're put in a position of having to choose a lesser of two evils. But we are here, and we know, we've seen the outcome of when you don't choose, and the people that are really adamant about having something negative and destructive, they will come out and they will vote. So it is very, very important that you vote against them. Love each other. Understand that protests are effective without just the looting and the rioting. Is that it's important that we keep the police, that we keep them checked, that we keep them feeling accountable, that we keep eyes on them, that you can see how these people are behaving, so you have some insight to how they're behaving when the cameras aren't around, when there's not tens of thousands of people there. Imagine how people are being treated when they're treating white people like that, when they're treating old 75-year-old white men like that, when they're treating young women like that. Imagine the lives of Black and Indigenous, and imagine the treatment of us when no one is paying attention. So I don't want to glorify the death of George Floyd. I don't want to glorify the death of anyone. I want to glorify and uplift the life lived of someone, and honor the change that this particular life has brought to the world. We're united in a way that we never have been before. So George Floyd, your life, it mattered. You matter. Your daughter's life matters. And we will be different because of you. And I know some people are navigating different things coming out about someone's past, about someone's criminal record, and I don't want you to separate us into pockets of good Black people and good people of color and bad people of color, the same way that I see the conversation going right now. It should be about intention. It should be about how you interact with the world, how you treat people. Do you bring light and joy and positivity to people? Do you make people feel safe and loved? More than what job you hold. that is different. I am a teacher. I've dedicated my life to that. I am a performer. I am a producer. I want to put out positivity and put out art in hopes that it makes someone else's life better and easier and more fulfilled, more full. And my hope is that my life matters. If I'm performing in a bar, if I'm somewhere if you see me twerking or something like that, I hope that my life still matters to you just as much as the Black doctors does. The people in my life think that I matter. I hope that you would too.
In case you don't live forever, let me tell you the truth. As long as I'm here as I am, so are you.
So, with a statement that I've said a million times over on all of my posts, talking about light, there's so much darkness in the world, everything dark and heavy. I say this with so much love. Love and light. I want to wrap all of my trans people. I want to wrap you in safety. I want to wrap all of my trans people of color, my non-binary people of color. I want to wrap you in love and protection. I want to wrap all of my native. That's what I wrap you in protection and in love. I want to say sorry to you for all the pain that you endure. I want to wrap all of my beautiful Black, of my Black people. I want to wrap you. I want to wrap all of my POC, all of my Latinx, all of my Asian. I want to wrap you all in love and protection. And let you know that your life, your lived experience does not go unseen, unrecognized, unvalued. It doesn't go unseen, unrecognized, and unvalued by many of us. And the rest of you do better.